Hi there, welcome to Marianne's Alaska Kitchen. Today I'm making my family's version of meatloaf. Meatloaf doesn't get people excited generally, but in my house it does because I've figured out some tricks to make it very moist and delicious and different than meatloaf you've ever tasted. So I'm going to make my vegetables in a fry pan first, and you'll notice a distinct taste difference if you put your raw vegetables into your meat and mix it up with eggs and breadcrumbs, because the vegetables don't saute, they steam. And you don't really want the taste of a steamed vegetable in your meatloaf. So I'm going to use my Pampered Chef slicer, and what it does is basically julienne. You can hand julienne by cutting your carrot into slices and then slicing down through them and then chopping them. But this is very quick and you don't get big wads and chunks of carrots, but the carrots impart a sweetness to the meatloaf that you generally don't get. Plus, I like a lot of veggies in the meatloaf. So I've got my half of a medium onion and my julienne carrots and my minced celery. Those are going in to about 1.5 tablespoons of oil, olive oil in this case. And I'm just going to get these softened. I'm not going for full cook, but I'm going to get them translucent or close to translucent before I put them into the meat. So for flavor, I'm going to be adding in some salt, which also helps those vegetables sweat. Some pepper for flavor. About a teaspoon of each. And then we go untraditional here. You can put Italian spices in, which most people use, but I learned this from our next door neighbor a long time ago. I'm going to put taco seasoning in, and a decent amount, not too much. Make sure to not overdo it. About 2 tablespoons. For us, you can go less, you can go more. You can really add any flavor you like in, or any spice blend you like in. But my friend Imogene, she made me food after I had my first child, and she didn't have any traditional meatloaf seasoning, so she used this, and we were crazy for it. So really good tip. Try the taco seasoning. Also, because I love flavor, I'm going to add in some crushed garlic. I think a total of 3 cloves, because I like flavor, and garlic adds flavor. And this is the right time to add it because these vegetables are almost done. I'm going to cook this garlic for about 30 seconds and it's going to be ready. So there is my garlic, onions, carrots, and celery all done and ready to pop in the meatloaf. And put that into our mix of sausage and our mix of hamburger. Together, I think they're much better, and just try it once. I don't use a lot. I use about 6 ounces of each sausage and hamburger ground meat. And then we'll add an egg and about a cup of panko. Doesn't matter though, you can use any kind of breadcrumb. So I've actually gone into my pan and broken this up with my fingers. What a lot of people don't know about making meatloaf or just meat in general is that if you overwork the meat or compact it too much, it's going to end up being tough. So we want it to be light, not compressed, and you'll be amazed at the difference of the consistency and how tender it is if you just break your meat up lightly, mix it lightly, and lightly put it into your pan. Now I'm going to show you just that process of light, gentle blending. Because the spices are already pre-mixed into the vegetables, I don't need to worry about like going crazy mixing this together. I'm just going to gently fold the meat together. The breaking it up lightly and kind of letting it fall into your pan is also the trick for great smash burgers. Like I said, anything that has ground meat in it. And just that quick, it's mixed up and ready to go into my, I don't need to spray it, but I'm doing a 6-cup muffin pan because we like individual servings of the meatloaf. You can also put it in a bread pan like traditionally. It doesn't matter, it just takes a little bit longer to cook. In the muffin cups it takes about 40 minutes, and in a loaf pan it takes about an hour. So I'm going to use a scoop to get my meat in to my muffin cups. About 2 scoops per cup. These are large muffin cups. You can make them smaller. For parties, you can make little tiny ones. They're really delicious and worthy of serving for company. As you can see, they are lightly put in. I'm going to very gently roll my little muffin scoop into the top of each one because I'm going to top this with some ketchup. You can put ketchup and mustard and even cheese on top if you want to mimic hamburger flavor, or cream cheese, all kinds of ideas. Go crazy. But the basic is right there, and then you go from there what condiments and toppings you want to put on it. Just squeezing on my ketchup into that little divot that I made. There's something weird that happens, symbiosis, when you put this meatloaf mixture in together with the ketchup, and the ketchup just tastes different and more rich and flavorful. So that's it. They're ready for the oven. I'm going to put these in at 400 degrees for about 40 minutes, and they are going to be ready. I'm going to serve mashed potatoes with this, but they're not homemade mashed potatoes. I mean, technically they are, but they're not Thanksgiving mashed potatoes. I'm just going to use the powdered mashed potatoes from the store. But you can punch up the flavor of these by making them with, I've got about 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to put in about 2 tablespoons of cream. A couple cups of milk. And one of my flavor bombs, some chicken stock, about a teaspoon. It's going to go into the pot. And that makes it amazing. Doesn't taste like you're just eating rehydrated potatoes. Ranch powder is really good. Hidden Valley Ranch powder is really good in these as well. So I've got my sides going, which is the mashed potatoes. They got a little thick, so I add a little bit of water to them. Thin them back out. And some frozen corn. And you have delicious dinner, in our case lunch, and you'll see the finished product coming right up. Here we go. Compared to other meatloafs you've had in your life. It's very hot still.
Yeah, it's going to take a little bit. The trick to any food is to mix everything and have it all in one bite.
That's Richard's tip. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not dry. It's tender.
Mm-hmm. Very good, sweetheart.
All the right flavors.
Somewhere.
Thanks for visiting Marianne's Alaska Kitchen. Hope you enjoyed this. Check in next time for more videos. Happy cooking.